DAOWatch episode 27. This one is called Scams, Sales and the Sandbox. In this episode, our special guest is the Sandbox, but it is in collaboration with Aavegotchi. Aavegotchi is the NFT game spin-off from the massive DeFi project Aave. It's a pretty big project in itself, and there was a collaboration between Aavegotchi and Sandbox in a proposal that we're going to look at. We're also going to look at Dash and a proposal there, and Cosmos. Plus, we're going to look at some scams, which are quite interesting. So enjoy, and remember, stay safe out there, people. Hello and welcome to DAOWatch episode 27. Before we get started, the thing I really want to talk about is our guest DAO, which is Aavegotchi, and as you can see in this beautiful montage, I'm taking up the rest of the screen. Aavegotchi and Sandbox, or Aavegotchi, have created an experience in Sandbox. And we were going to be using this as our proposal of the episode. So yeah, we're going to get on to talk about Aavegotchi and Sandbox. Obviously, there will be a link to description. It's the second time we've covered Aavegotchi, and it's the first time we've really talked about Sandbox. Sandbox is a 3D metaverse or Web3 metaverse where you can buy land and have these awesome experiences found within the land. But without any further ado, we're going to go and we'll look at this a little bit later, but first we're going to go and look at some of the usual suspects. Sorry, I'm really slurring my words today. Let me pull myself together. We're going to change the actual format today a little bit. We're going to have only 3 projects that we're looking at, make it a little bit shorter. We've had some feedback that the what I'd like to know as the Dino coins, Pivex and Dash, we're spending too much time on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have just one or the other, or perhaps another coin which uses masternode governance as that particular section. Then we're going to have a section for a Cosmos-based coin, and then we're going to have a section for an Ethereum-based coin. So we've got 3 different types of DAOs. Actually, having said that, let's I'll tell you what we'll do. First thing we'll do is we'll look at Dash. So the Dash proposal that we're going to look at this time around is for DashCentral. Now, DashCentral is where all of the cool kids go to interact with Dash proposals. It's got this lovely budget page which lets you know how long until voting is done. You can look at your account, your masternodes, your earnings, incidents, which I've never actually looked at before. Certain masternodes have dropped offline. I don't know what this is. Masternodes dropping off the payments list. Okay, well, no one really cares about that. You could also go in and discuss the proposals as it's happening here. People will put their own 2 pence worth in, and people can discuss and see what's happening. It is obviously a yes vote for this one. So I usually use this to go and discuss with people and say how I feel about any particular proposal. For this one today, we are looking at what is, I would say, a quite simple and concise proposal. It's pretty short. It's only a few lines. Should we keep this one going? He's been running this website for some years. Doesn't actually say. Oh yeah, it's 2014. So almost 10 years he's been running this website. Hasn't actually asked for any funding until now. I can imagine he was probably funding it. I'm assuming he's a masternode owner, probably funding it with his earnings from the masternodes. As the years have gone by, maybe he started to look at other things, and he's starting to feel like it's about time the actual DAO started to fund these public goods. this should probably have always been funded by the DAO. If this doesn't pass here, I would assume this person would pass or attempt to have this passed via the Dash incubator, or go and join one of the Dash incubators. One of them would definitely stamp up the 30 Dash required per month. In our usual format, as we usually do about this time, we should really discuss the pros and the cons of this particular proposal. For this one, the pros are the asking price is pretty small. Keep this portal going, particularly because we all know how good the portal is. We've all been using it for years and years and years and years and years. So asking for 30 Dash per month, I believe it's for the next 6 months, is it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. Something that plenty of people use. The alternative, I guess, would be adverts within the actual application, especially with platform coming up. There will be some applications which would like advertising space. I still think that's something that should be considered. Maybe something here that you can click on adverts, knowing that if you use these adverts, it will support DashCentral. I think that might be a good alternative way to fund, or a good extra way to fund it. I will actually suggest that. It's literally just come to my head now. Also, we like to know who these people are. Rango, I didn't know what his name was before, but now I do. Anything he proposes, I will upvote, because this is a brilliant piece of software. On a side note, when we started with PivX, we needed something similar, and DashCentral was actually definitely used as the standard bearer for creating a dashboard for governance, a governance dashboard. And you can probably see that there are some similarities between this one and the PivX governance dashboard, which is actually gone now. But when it did exist, and I believe that was also called PivX Central. So, are you going to fix the broken or at least unreliable voting threshold calculation? Also, some proposals occasionally show negative votes. Some things like that. I like that, but I don't think that's not a deal breaker for me. Even if he doesn't fix it, I'd still like it with the broken things. There are other tools we can use to mitigate that. I think we should support you. No, the stupid master knows it's also, its demo is still completed. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so for me, this one is definitely going to be a yes. I can't really think of any compelling reasons not to vote for this. This is just one of those things that all DAOs need, and to have it done in a decentralized way where the DAO actually funds it itself, I think is perfect. So everyone could learn from this. Simple yes from me. No real need to keep your hair any longer than needed. Let's move on to the Cosmos-based proposal. But before we do, quick public announcement. There was this proposal which popped up earlier on today, actually, on Atom proposal number 875 for an Atom airdrop. This one, as you can see, has got an overwhelming no with veto score so far from plenty of people. There are some people who voted yes with quite a lot of Atom. Those people clearly didn't actually read the small print. Pardon me, let me actually put this phone on silent. So yeah, plenty of people didn't read the small print. This is a phishing. This is a scam. This is an absolute scam. So there's a scam proposal that's been put forward on Cosmos Hub. It's got no with veto to a massive amount. On the Kepler dashboard, you can't actually see it. It actually got no with vetoed away to oblivion. However, if you use the Kepler dashboard, you will see that there is a new proposal that you can vote on, and it is this scam proposal. 874, perhaps there was a few of them. Okay, looks like there was a few of them. Looks like there has been a few of them. So there is now a new worrying trend of scam proposals coming out on the Atom chain. I say it's a worrying trend. However, it may have been going on for a while. Right? Proposal number 874. But let's see what the numbers are in between 871 to 868. And let's see if 870 was another one of these scam proposals. See how long they've been going on. Yes, it looks like... Okay, so these have been going on for a while. First one I've seen, but they have been going on for a while. And it looks like it's being node with veto. But you really have to be very, very careful. Obviously, if you try to click any of these links, it will take you straight to a phishing site. It'll ask you to connect your wallet. You connect your wallet and all your funds will get drained. You will lose all your money. I don't know how you get around this apart from to have the actual deposit threshold raised, because this is purely spam. It wouldn't really matter if there was a way to raise the deposit high enough that Cosmos could actually earn from this. But this is a conundrum. It's actually an interesting discussion. So we'll look at this in greater detail in the next episode, because I just came across it shortly before starting to record. I thought, you know what, I'll mention it, let people know to be cautious. But definitely be cautious with these airdrops. Don't sign your wallet up to something just for an airdrop. Be very, very careful. So the proposal we want to look at today is Sail with the Whale V2 Sail DAO, which is on Osmosis. So if you use the Kepler dashboard, you can jump into Osmosis. Don't worry about what I've got on here. Mind your own business is the proposal. This one is actually finished. However, it's an interesting one because it was a proposal which also had room to excuse my itchy arm, which also had room to qualify for an airdrop. So if we look at the proposal here, the proposal is to deploy or to partner with another chain, another Osmosis, another Cosmos chain called Migaloo, I believe. And that's a liquidity DAO. Now, liquidity DAOs are quite different in that they are DAOs where instead of having a single whale who controls lots of liquidity and gets all the best deals and can move markets, etc., it's now controlled by a DAO. Loads of people who hold the, I want to say so-called whale token. It might be named something else, but this proposal was to partner up with the two. Now, the proposal initially was put forward and then rejected, and was then put forward again with different terms. It was funded. It has already passed, and it was funded by 3.5 million Osmo tokens, which has a market cap, I believe, of around $5 million at the time of recording. As you can see here, they wanted to also have some liquidity positions, etc., etc. I love this proposal. Brilliant proposal. They've done some excellent pre-proposal in. So first of all, they started the discussion. They then put forward a proposal. Although the discussion had been quite robust, the proposal still didn't pass. But people respected that they had done the discussion beforehand. And they all chipped in and said what would make the proposal better. The proposal owners of the other chain then came back with this proposal, and this one passed. It says what the risks are, so it highlights the risks, highlights the pros, highlights its own pros, highlights its own cons. And And it's just a brilliant proposal. The only thing I would say that would have made this proposal better would have been a video to explain what was happening within this. Might have given some reassurances and would have made things a little bit easier for everyone else to not only share the information, but digest the information. A lot of people don't have the time to sit down and read. They might pass it, or they might not be in a position, be in the Discord or be in the forums to actually see the proposal and actually read on it. So having it as a video can then be shared on Twitter, then could be shared on YouTube, where a lot of people do get their information from. They would then see it. So that would be the only con I would have said about this, the only negative thing about this particular proposal. Other than that, great proposal. I would have voted yes on it. It's a really good way to use DAOs, innovative way to use DAOs, and something that I think we should all look forward to in the future. Just for reference, the Migaloo, I believe it is, whale token. Oh no, I think Migaloo's the exchange. Right, so let's type a whale. Let's go. Let's see if we can find the whale token. It has been performing decently. Well, I say that. It performed terrifically. I think it was on Terra before Terra collapsed. Yep, so here's the Terra collapse here. And it didn't relaunch until February, and it's been doing quite badly. But this particular partnership, I believe, is reason to possibly go and revisit picking up some of these whale tokens. I believe there may be a Sail token which controls the DAO, but that might not yet be available. So let's see. No, Sail token's not available yet. So keep your eye out for the Sail token. I think that'll be a good one, worth buying. I would suggest, however, not financial advice, that you wait for price discovery to be found unless you really know what you're doing. There is some talk about that in here, about price discovery. So bear that in mind. But for me, it's a great proposal. The actual proposal that I really grabbed my interest was this one here. So this is one last bit of information. With the DAO on Osmosis, you have to be whitelisted so that you can actually deploy smart contracts. So for the Sail DAO to deploy their own DEX, which is a part of this proposal, so that they can deploy their own white whale DEX onto Osmosis. So Osmosis will actually have two DEXs running on it, to the best of my knowledge. They would have to have they would have to be on a whitelist so that they can add their own smart contracts to the chain. Not anyone can do it, so I can't add my own smart contracts to the chain. These sorts of permission chains, I think, are fine, depending on who has the permission. The fact that the DAO has the permission, I think, is brilliant. So this basically went through without a hiccup. I don't think I actually even bothered to vote on it, but if I did, I would have voted on it. One thing I would have said was, would it have been possible to have the whitelist not only be these particular arbitrary addresses which belongs to the team, of which we don't know because there's no names here. These are done by the classic Osmo addresses, as opposed to using the named addresses. Cosmos does have a naming system which could have been used but wasn't in this case. And also, wouldn't it have been good if they could have added the Sail DAO itself as one of the addresses that could add smart contracts, so that the Sail DAO could vote on smart contracts to be added and then add smart contracts as a community without relying on a slightly centralized team. But that could be a bit too close to panarchy than we would have liked. Panarchy being when people get to vote on every single thing. Can be hard work. All right. This episode's not flowing great. I've had quite a tough day, but let's move on to the final proposal of this episode, which is the one which we looked at in the beginning of the episode. Now, this proposal is for Aavegotchi and Sandbox experience expansion and maintenance. For those who don't know, we featured Aavegotchi before. Link to that episode will be in the description. If I can add the video, I will add it up here. If I can add it there, I'll add it up there. The developers of this first experience have come back and said, okay, we would like some more funding to increase the experience, increase the scope of the experience, and to also maintain the experience. Now, the amount that they're asking for is conveniently shared in DAI. If I just scroll through here, I believe it's here. There we go, 30,000 DAI, 29,500 DAI. And they want it to be paid to them monthly. So I guess they're asking for it to be moved to some sort of multi-sig and then paid to them monthly. Doesn't matter because DAI is not volatile. If they'd have taken it in Ghost tokens, which is the token of Aavegotchi, that might have been a bit difficult because who would have known? Aavegotchi sales sharing, so 55% goes to the DAO, 30% goes to Sandbox, 10% goes to Pixelcraft, and 5% goes to the GFA studio. It's a brilliant proposal. It's nice and concise. Although it is pretty long, there's a lot of information for them to get through. They do say how much sand they are putting in, 7,500 sand. I believe that sand is about 50 cents each, so we're looking at about $3,500 generated for the DAO itself, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool that the DAO can reap on some rewards. One bad point is, unfortunately, the amount recouped isn't equal to the amount that was spent. However, the main thing for this is not a return on investment. It's really increase of awareness of the Aavegotchi ecosystem, we can call it now. So the real thing that they want is social engagement, good overall engagement. And they are showing their KPIs here. Total visits, just under 3,000. Unique players, just over 1,000. Showing where they're from. I think that's the Europe, North America, Asia Pacific, Latin America. Average time per player is really high. And average total quest completed, 44,000 almost. Some of the best Aavegotchi tweets have around 90k, and they're forging alliance with a top Web3 brand. I guess that's supposed to be brand. I think it's really done very well, this initiative. For me, if I did own Ghost, I would vote yes. Voting ends in around 5 days. Until the time of recording, 6 days. And yeah, for me, I would say the pros and cons are pretty obvious. It's a well-written proposal. It's a proposal by people that we definitely can trust because they are the ones who succeeded in actually building the experience in the first place. We can really trust them. We can really take what they said and believe it. Only bad part is it doesn't recoup the initial outlay. And yeah, so for me, it's a yes. I really like this. I like that they've included the feedback on what they thought. I like they've included it. Would be good if they'd have said, oh, they did say how many responses. 35 is not many. Perhaps try to add some feedback into the experience itself. That might be good. Gamify it a little bit. Maybe give them an NFT or something for completing it. So yeah, great use of the IP. A nice breakdown of where the funding will go. This also shows very well where the funding will go. Team's not cheap. but the team are doing well. They are fulfilling their promises. And with that, nice and early, wrapped up quicker than usual in the short time of 23 minutes. It's a short episode. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share, especially if your project was featured. So those people who are into Osmosis or even the new Osmosis meme coin, Osmo, you feel free to share. If you're into Sandbox, make sure you share it so that people know that Sandbox is a place where people can go and promote their own projects by creating these sorts of experiences. So this is a pretty big one for the Sandbox community as well. Aavegotchi, guys, share, like, subscribe, comments, any questions, any projects you'd like to see featured, please put them in the comments and I'll do my best to feature them. And finally, Dash, how do you feel about me calling Dash a Dino coin, or PivX community members, Pivians? How do you feel about me calling them a Dino coin? Is it something that should catch on? The only problem is dinosaurs went extinct, as my son always tells me. Maybe we should call you kaiju coins, not dinosaur coins. Either way, old coins, turtle coins, coins that have been around for a long time, legacy coins, all of these words are quite negative. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. This is Cryptosi signing out. DAOWatch, episode 27. Peace.